Hello.
Hello. Well, Super Thundercast. That's Alex.
Yeah, I'm Alex.
And I'm Chris.
You never know how to start this thing.
We've 20 odd episodes in, you'd think we'd know.
I know, I was checking the other day, we've actually been doing this for like 2 years.
You'd expect like an improvement, wouldn't you?
If anything, we're actually worse now than when we started.
Yeah.
The lustre has gone.
The luster's gone, the light is dimmed from our eyes, and we've got other shit to do, but fuck it, we're eat. That, to be fair, that sort of general level of, that was my view on E3, which is kind of what this is about.
Okay, I was going to say, playing anything recently or anything like that, but no, we're just going to get right into it.
Get right into why we's pissed. Because E3's been and gone, and a lot of people are like, oh, was this the best E3 ever?
Who is saying that?
I saw some stuff on Twitter where there's like, it was all like real, like, fanboy pricks, just like going, oh my god, best E3 ever, just for this one reveal alone. And you were like, mate, fucking look at the rest of it. This was shit. It was literally everybody coming out going, do you reckon people will cheer if we say there's no loot boxes? Coming out and going, there's no loot boxes, and not getting the cheer they thought they were going to get. They just got people looking back and going, fucking good. Now entertain me, dickhead. And they didn't.
It's weird. It's like, I think this E3 is the first one where I've just kind of realised it's for, like, it's more of a business thing than for the fans. Way more of a business thing.
It's a big press event. That's all it is, because they open it up to the fans eventually, but it's like, oh yeah, you get to play this out on the show floor. You get to do this, you get to do this, and they all seem to neglect that you kind of do stuff for the people that are watching at home, because, yeah, it's great that people get to go to the trade floor and get to go and do stuff, but it's like, telling people at home, like, oh yeah, everyone watching this press conference at home, you now get to think about all the fun all these Americans are going to fucking have when we throw the doors open and they come in here with the Cheeto fingers and touch all your machines that we've bought with us. How lovely is that going to be?
See, I always have this thing, like, because since I got into, like, podcasting and stuff, I used to listen to a lot of, like, game journalist ones, and they'd all talk about their E3 experiences, and they sound like hell. Like, you spend most of your time hot and sweaty,
running around.
Yeah, running around trying to get from one place to another as quick as you can, trying to live tweet everything. You don't really do much other than look at a screen while you're there. So you may as well just be at home and watch it at home. And
it's that point now where I think the way it's presented, like, yeah, we'll live stream it. It used to be you'd have to read back what had got announced and stuff, and it was kind of... Now, it's almost that point where it's like, do you think Nintendo have the right idea with the direct stuff where they just kind of go, it's like, we're not going to turn up, we're just going to show you a shitload of stuff?
Definitely. I was going to say that, actually. It's like Nintendo's E3 stuff, like, it was quite refreshing that it wasn't like this huge, massive, almost trumped up event where it's like everything is like made up to be like larger than life and is such a big deal. And it's like Nintendo have this thing like every few months revealing new things and whatever, and it's like, it's fine. Like, they come out and they reveal some stuff. Granted, it's all quite interesting and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of a real low key event, and I like that. I'd be much happier if companies did stuff like that than have E3 now. This E3 has essentially been the one where I've dadded out and gone, pointless this. You could do this. If you want me, I could do it. We could send the message better by just, like you say, having these small little
Well, it was like, it would have been so much better to have just had, like, here's all the trailers, and then have something like the Treehouse where it's just a lot of people playing through it and talking about it. That'd be so much better.
Yeah.
But it's like, at the same time, it's like, E3 is almost not so much for showing off the games now. People are just sort of like, they're going, oh, I just hope there's some weird memes. or there's some takes that I can heat up. Because it was like
a microwave of dankness.
The hottest of hot takes. Like I tend to watch E3 now going, there's going to be some fucking bizarre news stories come out of this. And the weirdest one was like a guy at a press conference being weirded out by people's reactions to The Last of Us 2, where it's like, someone gets a knife planted in the neck and they pull it out, you see all the blood gush and stuff, and they're like, it's the most visceral knife kill I've ever seen in a game, and these people were whooping and hollering like it was a goal, and you were like,
yeah,
you kind of like, the whole point, like, the best thing about that was like, you had this video of this guy going, woo, yeah, fucking kill the guy, and getting like well into it, and then you've got Neil Druckmann going, the entire point of this game is the violence is like gritty and sort of pseudo-realistic and unnecessary and makes you feel like awful, and it's, when you actually put it in the context of those games, it is a complete, it's like Ellie was like a child in the first game, and it was like her childhood is completely corrupted by the adults around her, and now it's like she just does these horrendous things and just seems scarred by all of it, and then you just kind of go, then what? Because it's like, I was watching the video and it's like, she just make an explosive arrow. She did. And just like gibbed someone, and you're like, the fuck?
I'm not going to play The Last of Us 2.
I don't think I'm not buying it at launch. I'm not that much.
Yeah, I love Naughty Dog, but I'm alright.
Because there's going to be another bit that's like the point where you played Ellie in the first one with the cannibals. And it's going to be all drawn out and slow and fucking horrible because everybody involved in it's older. So it's going to be a lot more visceral and a lot more intense. And I'm just like, I don't fucking want that now. I've seen enough stuff get announced that was bright and colourful and looked fucking fun. That was like, I'd rather play that stuff. You know what I mean? It was like when Nintendo rocked up with that frigging thing they announced last year. It was like, yeah, build your own spaceship. By the way, Star Fox is in it now. You can get it with an R-Wing. I was just like, you twats. Because I was just like, sat there going, go and do your fucking R-Wing in the office. I know it. It's going to happen. I'm going to be sat there with his bloody R-Wing going, this is all because I got hype about an animated fox. What the fuck? And it's stuff like that. Like, and it's like we've said it before, the stuff that we saw that we kind of went, yeah, that looks really good. For me, it was like last E3, it was either a remake, a reboot, or maybe something interesting, but it's probably just going to be a retread of stuff we've seen before.
Yeah. I mean, there's the obvious stuff like another Doom in the ilk of Doom, the 2016 Doom, obviously into that.
Oh yeah.
The co-op Wolfenstein, I like the sound of it, especially because it's all cyberpunk and looks like, well, I say cyberpunk, it's all like 80s and whatever, like that looks really fun. And like, but it's all just, and this is the same thing a lot of people have been saying for ages about the game industry in general, it's all just sequels. Can we not just get some new stuff, some new cool stuff?
Yeah, it's like, and the other thing was as well, it was like, there was teasers in press conferences for other things in other press conferences. Like EA's thing where they were going on about Battlefront, and then they were like, and the big reveals in a press conference tomorrow. It's like, there isn't the EA press conference where they're specifically supposed to be talking about this game. And it was like, you sort of sat there going, this is fucking stupid. You're teasing stuff. Like, the Doom 2 reveal was literally, we're making it, you got to see more at BlizzCon. And it was like, don't fucking announce it till BlizzCon then.
But I think we're in this very weird point, and this will really come into play when we start talking about the Sony stuff. We're at this weird point now, I think, where it's obvious we're coming to the end of this generation rapidly. And I think people are like trying to gear themselves up for the next one because they know that they've got to start strong.
Yeah.
And with them not announcing things like the next Xbox or the next PlayStation or whatever, they can't go into too much detail, and it really fucks me off because it's like
you're supposed to know what you're getting to play over the next 2 years at an E3, and
granted, I think you will see most of that stuff in the next couple of years. It's just debatable whether any of it's going to be on current systems or if the version that's on current systems is going to be the one that you'll want to play.
Yeah, well, it was that thing was like when they were showing like The Last of Us. It was like, right, do you buy it on the PS4 or do you wait for The Last of Us Enhanced Edition? Because you know the next gen of consoles is going to be worse for enhanced, upscaled editions of games than this one is. Because, because that jump in tech can't be as big, can it?
I mean, it can't be as big, but it will be. And again, I don't think you're really going to see that much of a difference until you get something like VR or you have a massive 4K TV or something like that. Because, it's the same stuff with the Pro. It's like extra polygons and on your models and stuff like that, and all the fancy lighting effects. They're all cool, but they only go so far. It's like when it comes to resolution and fidelity and that kind of stuff, and that kind of thing, you kind of got to start upgrading the stuff around the console as well, and that's when I kind of zone out and go on and have the inevitable £400 for the console and $300 odd and nearly £400 for a new TV as well. So I'm sorry I'm blocked out of it. I'm probably not, if the PlayStation 5 or next Xbox or something's in the next couple of years, I'm probably not going to get one for a couple of years, which makes this podcast, it's going to be very...
There's going to be a lot of... So what were you playing, Chris? Well, what were you playing, Al? Fuck all.
I got round to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, finally.
Well, maybe we change it to Super Pile of Shame and it's just us getting through all the old shit that we've not played.
That's what I wanted to do originally. That was one of the ideas I had when we started the podcast.
We need to start. Maybe we start doing some Pile of Shame episodes.
I think we really should. But
yeah.
What did you see at E3 that wowed you, if anything?
Wowed me. I really liked the look of Ghost of Tsushima, but I thought I would anyway.
Yeah.
But in terms of stuff coming out of left field and sort of me being like, oh, holy shit, there wasn't much, to be fair, because it was like, you knew Smash Brothers was going to get revealed and you knew it was going to look great. You knew Spider-Man was going to get a new trailer and you knew it was going to look great. You knew the reports about Dragon Quest were going to be, this is fucking amazing. And it is. It was like everything that got announced, we kind of like, you're not telling me anything I don't already know here.
No, exactly.
And it was like, showing off Anthem and somehow making me less hype for a game, and going tell you what impressed me actually, and I didn't think it would. The new Assassin's Creed, the one set in ancient Greece. I genuinely, when they were announcing it, I was sort of sat there going, are they going back to a yearly production cycle on it? And then I realised that they've not. What they've done is, by having that year, they've gone from having 2-year development cycles to 3-year ones. So in theory, they should be able to turn them out at the same speed as they were doing, but do nicer games.
Hopefully.
But it was just it looked really nice, but I really thought Origins was awesome. I played it and barely played it as an Assassin's Creed. I just played through it. It was like, this is just fun. It was like Egyptian Witcher 3 kind of stuff. It was like cutting about, going, chop your legs off. and this one's kind of stripped out some of the assassin stuff. Like, you've not got a hidden blade.
Oh yeah, if you just got a gladius.
It's like a weird little. It's Leonidas' spear.
Oh yeah,
because you're a Spartan.
I noticed that they kept doing the Sparta kick thing in the trailer.
Yeah, they put that in.
And I was like, wait, a reference to something that's
many years old.
Yeah, many years old now. Like, wow.
But the thing is, if you're playing as a Spartan that was thrown off a cliff and came back, are you not playing as the weird hunchback guy from the 300? And if not, why aren't you?
Maybe.
Therefore, it's like I would rather play as him.
Is there a Tekken connection in there?
Maybe.
Because we all know Kazuya got lopped off a massive hill.
He did. And Jin. And all of them did. By the end of it, every single member of that family had gone. It was literally like the Latin on their like little family crest just says, "For fuck's sake, don't go near the edge." That's all it says. It was like literally cannot go to Dover. They cannot go and see they'd be dead. Tell you what I was interested in, and it was stuff coming to the Switch that I was sort of sat there going, I can't see how that's gonna work. Like, I can't imagine Dragon Ball FighterZ is gonna work anywhere near as well as it does on the consoles that it's on. Handheld on a Switch.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I can't see it. I think everything would be too small.
I love that game, and also as well, like, it doesn't have a D-pad as such. You've just got buttons, and it's like, how are you going to do a quarter turn on that? I mean, obviously they want you to use the stick, but...
One thing that did jump out to me was the fact that you've got the Pokemon games, and then you've got Smash Brothers. You've got that controller, and they were saying it's basically just a Joy-Con. If I can kick the shit out of people on Smash Brothers just using a Pokeball, I'd be so happy. I'd just be sat there Pokeballing it up. I've seen people online like there's a guy going, they need to do a Spider-Man game on it and do the same thing but make it a little pumpkin bomb. And then someone else has just gone, fucking paint your Pokeball. And he was like, no man, it's a fucking Pokeball.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's I think that Pokemon game was quite good, contrary to what people on the internet seem to believe.
I think it's going to be very fun, and it's made me play Pokemon Go a bit. Like, get back into it and have a look around and stuff, and that's been fun, because it's just been like, you just flick it on. It's not like it was when it came out and everyone was like, it's my lunch break, I've got to go traipsing around trying to find a Squirtle. It's not like that now. I'll literally get up in the morning, turn it on and go, there's fuck all outside my house. Turn it off. And then
the laziest.
I'll get to work and I'll turn it on and go,
Chris, you're not going to be the very best by doing that.
Not at Pokemon Go, I'm not. But when they announce like regular Pokemon, I'll get straight Ash. Actually, Ash. The whole point is Ash Ketchum is not the very best, like no one ever was. And the whole point of the entire thing with the Pokemon anime is to learn that it's okay to fail, kids. And no one picks up on that. They're just like, Team Rocket got kicked into a low orbit again. Not the main character fucked it again.
Yeah, but he gets his badges. He passes exams. He
fails at the final hurdle. That's what it is. He builds up all that hope and then fails. That's how Pokemon works. It is a lesson in disappointment. And it's like the games, because you go through the entire game going, ooh, is it going to be the same at the end as it always is? Yeah! Right, I can move on with my life. Everyone else, you get these people who are like, oh, I'm well into the post-game on Pokemon. And I'm like, that's literally walking through bushes. You are essentially playing a dogging simulator. It's just like, I went outside and I caught it. Right, well done. You are now playing cockfighting simulator.
That's essentially it. Michael Vick simulator.
It is.
It's going around punching dogs.
This is the thing, right?
Get in my ball.
There's bits of Pokemon and it's like, these Pokemon are subservient to us. Okay. And there's other bits like, we worship these Pokemon. It's like, okay. And then there's some dickhead going, I'm going to steal all the Pokemon. Like, fuck it, why not? And then you get, like, eco-terrorist groups going, we're going to release all the Pokemon, like, capturing them and bullying them. What? It's brilliant as well, because someone shared a meme of, it's like a quote from the creator of Pokemon, and it was saying that whenever he sees all these people, like, people going like, oh, what I do on a Pokemon game is I do this. And he said, I take those suggestions and I walk into design meetings. I read them out in a funny voice and we all laugh at you. And I was just like, I hope to fuck that's true. Because I'd be there with a girl who does the Pikachu voice going, just read that, love. As Pikachu, just like the Pikachu voice going, what a bell end, would be amazing. It's just like, but it's like, that was the thing with E3, it was just kind of like, everything was just very, very formulaic all the way through, and it was like...
I don't think it helped as well that we knew the majority of the stuff
beforehand.
Like the 2 weeks beforehand.
Well, that's why if you go back and listen to the last episode, when we're predicting stuff, pretty much all of it happened. But I like the stuff where we were obviously taking the piss. All of our like major like this is gonna get shown, this is gonna get shown, this is gonna get shown. I think the only things that were missing were the Medieval remake and the Final Fantasy VII remake, and that's because yeah, but the Dreamcast 2 didn't materialise because that wasn't necessarily being serious.
I mean, he's always there as well. Anyway, I mean, he's an ever present.
I mean, based on what happened to him to get the Dreamcast at launch, he's probably everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like
dispersed amongst the atmosphere.
It's riding a nuke will do.
How much Sagata Sanshiro are we inhaling right now?
Given how sweaty it is and how hot it is in Britain right now, probably a lot. Yeah. Just think about what I said to Alex before about driving around in his own soup and how he looked like he wanted to vomit.
Yeah, the human soup is something that I can't deal with. The idea of that, like, it just reminds me of like
just named this episode "Human Soup."
Human soup. But it's like, I imagine it to have that like grease layer on top of it that
you get on like really shit ramen.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that it's just, well, that is the soup. I imagine that is it's just that grease layer. Exactly.
That's nasty.
Get that in you.
Right.
No, it is already in you. You are it.
To be honest, I think that's what the thing that surprised me most at E3 was the stuff that you were sort of hoping to be surprised by not being there. Like, I was expecting some gameplay of different things, and I think Sony going, right, we're only going to show a couple of things, didn't help. And I think the publishers' showcases, being them almost hyping up what they were going to show in, like, the major ones, didn't help. And I think that 90% of what was being shown, being announced well in advance, just really didn't. It really took a lot of what's normally really good about E3 off it, because it was kind of the stuff that you weren't expecting turned out to be expansion packs for shit you didn't care about.
Yeah.
And I was just like, eh. And then they'd announced some stuff that was just so laughably stupid. Like that fucking Funko Gears of War game.
Fuck that.
I swear to God, that has to have come about by losing a bet.
It's just, it's announcements like that really make me think no one had anything. No one prepared anything for this E3. Like, obviously you had like the devs and everything like trying to really slam out like decent vertical slices of the games and everything, but in terms of like what they've got in the pipeline, it shows that they have either not very much coming up, or they're planning on something really fucking huge in the next couple of years.
Well,
and it's why I think, as well, them showing Ghost of Tsushima and not giving a Death Stranding date is
giving them a lot
of wiggle room.
Yeah, because it's like that Ghost of Tsushima footage. You were like,
it was fucking amazing.
It was amazing, but like I said, it was. That's supposedly this huge open world game, and that was a really quite like.
It was teeny tiny.
It felt quite close in and intimate, and it was kind of like, if it is an open world game that can swing into that kind of fighting, holy shit, sign me up. But it was but at the same time, like Death Stranding, I was so sat there going, right, there's these weird shadowy monsters that look like they've got umbilical cords, and you're carrying a baby that has an umbilical cord. So it's Norman Reedus takes a baby version of the main antagonist monster for a walk, the game. That's what I took away from it.
Go asleep.
Yeah.
He is the pram.
Yeah, it was literally like, I was watching it going, I still have no fucking idea. And I quite like that I've still got no idea.
Yeah, I mean, it shows that there's still potential to be surprised by it. I mean, not that I'm losing the plot with it, or like starting to say like, oh, it's not going to be anything or anything like that. I was just kind of ready to know a bit more about it, other than I could have told you that Norman Reedus is going to walk somewhere.
Yeah, and it was like,
you know what I mean?
And it was like he was walking places from recent Ridley Scott films.
Yeah, I don't mind that. We were talking before about.
Yeah, because it was literally like. It was like the location kind of stuff and things like Prometheus, where it was like big rolling hills, and then it was going to be like
dark
and
like
very stormy and stuff. And I was just like, atmosphere-wise, that looks like in the right setup, that could be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just kind of, I'm hoping that, it's like, when I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of going, I really hope it's like Kojima does a survival game. Because he's kind of toyed around with bits of it in some of the Metal Gears, and it's like, I'd love to see him do a game where it's all about you getting from A to B as an objective. And he's not just, because it's like there's that weird Timefall rain and the monsters, and there's all sorts of other weird shit going on. You kind of like, if the environment and everything is just as much of a hazard as what's going on around you in the story, that could make for some really interesting gameplay stuff, because Kojima kind of does that thing where there's real sort of quiet, stealthy sections, and then he goes mad, and then he quietens back down again, and it goes mad, and I'd love those quieter sections to feel more threatening and oppressive and stuff, and I think that's what that will be. I
was kind of hoping that it was going to have a survival horror feel to it, and
I think it will.
It does. It really does. Like, that comparison to things like Prometheus is a really good comparison to make. Like, it definitely has that feel, and I'm really looking forward to it. I just would have liked to have known when I'm getting it. But, I mean, I think we're going to end up seeing, if it's not going to be exclusively a PlayStation 5 game, it's definitely going to have the best version of it will be on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, and the other thing is as well, Sony always holds stuff back for Paris Games Week.
Oh yeah, they do, yeah.
And it's kind of like, that's when I'm expecting to see...
Well, Mads Mikkelsen can come on the stage then.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I'm expecting, because Paris Games Week's nearer to the anniversary of Medieval. So, for me, I'm expecting to go, it's going to be out on the anniversary. This is more footage of it, and then them going, this is more of Ghost of Tsushima, this is more of Death Stranding, and like, giving you little tidbits, maybe a date and stuff. And
yeah.
I mean, the one demo where you knew what was coming and you knew that it was going to look really fun was the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
That looks so much fun. I was just sort of sat there going, getting big Spider-Man 3 vibes.
Yeah.
And that can always just be a good thing.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. Whether I'll play it or not is debatable. I know you'll definitely be playing it.
I'm definitely going to be playing it because, that weekend is Mrs. Hen Night, so... And, I can only play so much Dragon Quest in 4 days before I start thinking I am a slime.
Yeah.
So it's like, Spider-Man will break up the JRPG-ness. Because there'll be that, and we've got... That was the other thing that got shown that really impressed me, which we'll probably talk about, Octopath Traveler. Because they went, there's a new demo, and then we got to play it. And holy crap.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, so good.
You told me about... Because I didn't watch that. You told me that there was a new demo. I downloaded it straight away, and I've started it 3 times. I've tried a good proportion of the cast out. I already know who I'm going to start with, and
I'm trying not to. It's weird.
So looking forward to that game. I'm so unbelievably so.
It's 2 weeks off.
The music, Chris. The music is amazing.
It's 2 weeks off.
I know it is.
It comes out in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we will have our hands on Octopath Traveler. We will be travelling with Octopaths, whatever the fuck that means.
It's like 8 possible paths.
Yeah, and it was like, I thought there was a gunslinger one, and I was sort of looking and was going, I thought there was a gunslinger, and then there's not. I don't know who the hell to start as. The merchant.
She is a great character. She's plucky. She's fun. She has a voice actress isn't shit. Yeah. I mean, not that any of them have been so far in what I've tried.
Some voice acting is so ropey in games. Like there was a thing. It was one of the demo. I think it's that Shining Resonance game that's coming out, and there's a demo of that on the Switch I need to try out because it's a JRPG and I want to have a look. Because it's one of those ones that I think could be borderline tick game, so I want to make sure I don't buy a tick game. And
you just want to save yourself that embarrassment,
that shame. So it was like, I was looking at the stuff sort of like Octopath Traveler, and I was looking at the stuff for that, and I saw the voice acting on that game, and it sounds dog shit. And then there was this whole thing afterwards where we go, oh, by the way, you can play with the Japanese voices. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You can play these games with the Japanese voices. Just making that patently clear to everybody. Because there was another game that got announced and it looked really good and the voice acting was arse. And I can't remember what game it was.
Well, what's the name of it? Demon X.
Oh, that mech thing.
Yeah, that looks so fucking good.
I don't know
what it is. Again, don't know what it is.
It's going to be a big mech fighter.
I know, but it's like, I don't know if it's got characters in it, or if it's like an Armored Core thing where you just make your mech and you fight.
Oh, Christ, an Armored Core game on the Switch would be amazing.
Yeah, it would.
Especially if you could do it with the different mechs had different control methods depending on what they were. So you could have...
Did you ever see that video of that guy playing Armored Core with the PlayStation pad backwards?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's how he worked out how to play it. And, yeah, it's like, Armored Core's a weird one.
Imagine it having, like, small mechs you play with both controllers, like, as triggered in your hands, with it docked, and you've got them as individual motion controls. And then you've got slightly bigger mech that you play with it in handheld mode, in your hands or on a Pro controller. And then you've got the super large mech, which is all completely docked and you're on something else. And it's like the screen and stuff that you're dealing with is different depending on what you're looking at and stuff.
Yeah, it looks...
It could be... It's like...
It would be pretty cool.
I'm just like, that could be a really fun conceit.
Demon X Machina, that's what it's called. I couldn't remember the name.
Tell you what else looks good. Well, I'll tell you... It's not that it just looks good, it's that it is good. And it was probably one of the better moments of E3 was EA annoyingly fucking Sega Saturning everybody and announcing that Unraveled 2 was out. Because I've talked about Unraveled on this before, that it was surprising and it's bloody lovely as a game. And what I've played of the second one has been really good fun, especially with the co-op stuff. Because you get like, you've got like two people that can cling to a rope and it's like how much slack do you let out and stuff. And it's really fun just waiting for someone to be mid-swing and as they're going up, like goes, just slam into a wall and then reel them back up. And they can do nothing. They have to count on good faith that you're not going to be a dick. It doesn't work.
No, I can't imagine it would. No, it looked alright, and I like the fact, I always like a good, like, kind of flash reveal like that. Like, that's something that I always think is a lot of fun. But I just wish there was kind of more. It's like E3 has been so flat this time. I mean, there was virtually nothing in the Microsoft conference that I was interested in. The thing from the people who are doing Quantum Break looks alright, but again...
oh, yeah, I saw that. That looked pretty cool. Yeah, the people who made Titanfall making a Star Wars game.
Oh, shit, yeah, I forgot about that.
That sounds interesting. But
saw
nothing of it, because you're like, we're not ready to show anything yet. But it was
announce it?
Well, why tell us then? Why not save it and go in? But then I kind of thought that it was just so that they could justify having a host for the thing that it was on, because...
Oh, yeah, because they were talking about...
She seemed really cool, and, like, was talking about her and was really engaging, and then you saw the fucking oddities in the crowd just taking photos of her, and you're like... It's like, go back and watch it, and there's people just pointing phone cameras at her. And there's some you're like, are they live streaming this? And then there's a guy on one of them, you can see his fucking thumb moving. And it's like, I hope I'm wrong, but he had the definite look of somebody making a deposit to the wank bank. It was just like, mate, come on.
Oh, fucking hell.
It was just like, and like when you were looking on Twitter, there was like people posting pictures of it versus the Android that's exclusive to Dragon Ball FighterZ
21.
Yeah, going, they look the same, my waifu exists. And you're like, what?
She better, like, invest in some home security, because...
I'd invest in some fucking home security, a shotgun, a
massive dog, yeah.
Get, like, what else came... I had something I was going to talk about, because I was going to reveal that it was, like, a secret shame. I played Fortnite on the Switch to see what it was like.
Oh, you poor boy.
Tell you what.
Shite.
Fucking hate Battle Royale games.
Yeah,
you know why I fucking hate them? Because everyone goes on about how much skill and strategy and shit there is to them, and I came 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. I didn't win, but I fucking hate them games, and I was sat, pissed, playing it. And I did that. That either means that everyone else needs to, up their fucking game, or I'm some sort of savant and I don't like the idea of either. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's like, I can see why people would play them, but I also remember that when I was 14, I was a twat. And it was just kind of like, I'd have thought the idea of like, Battle Royale would have been, I was that angry at my class that I was like, Battle Royale would be great, I'd fuck everybody up. But it was just kind of like, it just seems like that kind of thing. It's just sort of a game for people who, it literally, a Battle Royale game is the game for that dickhead friend you've always got who's like, do you know what I'd have done in this situation? If someone had said that to me, right, what I'd have done is, and it's like, no, you fucking wouldn't.
And you retreated like, into your own arsehole, like you usually do.
If someone left me on a desert island with a load of armed people, periodically making it an environmental phenomenon, closing the area we could inhabit, do you know what I'd do? You would go and find the nearest room to have a cry and a wank and kill yourself. That's what you'd do. You wouldn't do any of what you're about to say, and it's like, I'll fucking kill everyone with a frying pan. I'd run around. You know what I'd do later on? After I got back, I'd spend money on a cosmetic item for my face. I'd buy a welding mask. I'd do all sorts. It'd be great.
I'd go fight Thanos, because that makes a whole fuckload of sense.
Oh, that was just a marketing stunt.
It's all a marketing stunt. It gets me so fucking mad. It's all a marketing stunt. It's shite. Emergent gameplay just means you've not done anything. You've provided someone with a map and some things, and you've just got, there you go.
And you've got, we put an Easter egg in a map. Q wanks, spending hours going, oh, this has changed. What does this mean? It's like when people do it on Overwatch. They go, oh, we're looking for spoilers about the new character. Fucking
play
why?
The game.
Do you have any idea how pissed the rest of your team is? Because you're there going, oh, there's a room. This is new. It's implying that there's another monkey. Turns into a ball. And you're there going, I couldn't give a fuck, dickhead. It's 5-on-4 here because you're there shooting screenshots and firing off your hot take, you bellend.
Get
back on the fucking point. And then they're like, no, I'm trying to get on Kotaku and I thought this would be interesting. It's like, no.
See, I like Overwatch because there's actually quite a lot of effort that's gone into that. I mean, I'm not saying that the people who make Fortnite haven't put effort in. It's just
not putting as much.
No, it's just this thing of like, I think it's the older you get, you just see it from a mile off of like these fucking fat cats in an office somewhere just rubbing their hands.
Do you know what it is? It's like, it feels like the thing that has stunted the amount of MOBAs that there was. But at the same time, the second they turn around and we said, watch this, they were going to announce a Battle Royale mode in the first major game that gets announced, and it was Battlefront, and they were doing Battlefield Royale, or whatever the fuck they called it, and you're like, why? Well, I don't remember.
Do you know how fucking big Fortnite is now?
Yeah, massive.
When I was on holiday, the moody shops that sell like copied football shirts were selling Fortnite t-shirts. I thought I was going to get away from it, Chris. I thought I didn't have to think about it.
Well, you were walking around with, like, this is the thing, if I see your holiday pictures and you've got the words Victory Royale screen printed on your chest, I am going to come round your house and I'm going to beat you with your own dog.
No, I'm not joking. These shops had like racks and racks of Fortnite t-shirts.
Yeah, I suppose it's because
kids go there.
Well, it's like you see all these news stories now. It's like people going, "Oh my god, my son spent 500 quid on Fortnite. My son spent 700 quid on Fortnite." No, you did, because your dozy ass gave your child your credit card. You dumb fuck. Yeah. You cannot blame. Every time someone goes, "Oh, games do this, games do this," I'm like, no,
you're right.
Not at all. It was you. Accept some responsibility for the fact that you could not look out after what fell out of you. And it's
you're forgetting though now, Chris. Apparently, it's a mental health disorder to play video games for more than 20 hours a week.
Fucking rookies. He was like, I saw that, and the first thing I said was, I literally did the world's worst Matthew McConaughey impression. I was like, "Those rookie numbers, you're going to pump up those numbers." I was just saying it and pointing. And it was like...
Phil DeFranco played that exact clip on his video, and it's like, yeah, it's like back in our heyday, it was like
20 hours is like a slow weekend, you pussies. It was just like...
So that implied I had something to do.
The best thing was the BBC video where a bit of the narration goes, yeah, it'll really keep you from your friends and stuff, as they showed kids on a couch playing games together. And it's like...
The fact that no one plays games by themselves, or not no one, but most kids don't play games by themselves.
Gaming has become an inherently social thing.
It's a way to hang out with people and not leave the house.
And I think our problem is that we're used to it not being.
I'm an old man.
I used to. This is the thing. It is like old man yells at cloud. It's like
definitely
I want my games to be good and new and interesting and not need patching. I want expansion packs to come in big fuck off boxes. I want them to stop trying to do new things with Sony stuff and going, oh, look at these PlayStation classics. Oh, look at this.
Not classic.
PlayStation originals.
Only came out
PlayStation
20
originals,
years ago.
And it's like, we're going to sell them at reduced price point. They're going to be $19.99. I'm sat there going, fuck off, they're platinum. And it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I will go into game with a silver fucking Sharpie and I will colour the boxes in. I don't give a shit. I'll be there like going, no, not in my name. And it's like, I'm sorry, people out get mad over Brexit. This is my Brexit. Then it's going to be like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's going to be, it's stuff like that. And it's like, I like multiplayer games. They're fun, but not everything needs to be multiplayer. I like... You know what? You know what it is? I realised the other day, the reason I get so fucked off at gaming at the minute, because I don't understand 90% of modern memes. It's literally, it's like, it's like sat there going, why the fuck are people still talking about doggos and woofers? And it's like, this is a snack. It's eating bread. And I'm like... Have you suffered a brain injury? Why are you writing like this? And it's just like, it's stuff like, it's like when people turn around and go, oh, it's like, went round to my fucking mum and dad's the other day and they were talking about how my cousins and stuff were all trying to teach my aunties and stuff how to do that weird flossing dance.
I was just going to bring this up again while we were away. These two little fat kids stood in the middle of the street doing that dance and I said to Becky, oh God, look at those poor kids. They've got something wrong with them, and their mum and dad are just letting them do that in the middle of the street, making a fucking spectacle of themselves. And Becky's like, there's nothing wrong with them, that's a dance. I was like, that's not fucking dancing.
That's not dancing. That's not dancing. You go in there and it's like fucking Mo Sislak breakdancing for self-defense, scaring him up the street with a shotgun. It's like,
honest to God, I was looking at my little boy, like, he was having a good old laugh at these two fat kids. I was thinking, that's going to be you one day, doing something I don't understand. I'm going to be mad at you for it. You're not going to know why.
No one's going to get why. It's just be like, oh, shit, I've done it. I've finally become that guy. It's like, I've just been like, sat there going, I can't get my head around this. It's like, I was walking through town, and someone had like a scratch card. They were all about like 17. Like, they were all there like fucking snapback hats on Rick and Morty shit everywhere.
Yeah, I've got Rick and Morty.
Yeah, but like they were literally like, they'd be walking up to people going, right mate, do you like memes? And it was like scratching their arms going, has you got cheeseburger kind of wanks? And he scratched off this scratch card and went, tenner, winner, chicken dinner. I was like, kick him under a bus. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's that thing where it's like, streaming has got a lot to answer for. Because I think it's a really good way to show off games and showcase stuff, and I think things like Games Done Quick are amazing. But there's this other side to it that's just these like, hello my dudes, kind of.
Makes you want to put a fucking plastic bag over your head.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I just want to turn the channel over.
I don't know.
It makes me so that thing is like, I'm mad at it, but I'm like, unlike 90% of the internet, instead of tweeting about how much I fucking hate it, go do something else.
I don't tweet that I hate it. I just see. I get mad as fuck
This
about
is this
it.
thing. It's like, you see all these people go, oh my God, I'm so mad about this on the internet. I'm going to kick off. E3 did this. I mean, granted, we're doing that now.
That's exactly what we're
doing. You know what I mean? Like,
in fact, we have the decency, Chris, to
record it all in one place, get it all out of the system. There's no hashtags. There's no, like, ongoing anger. We've not sent anyone a death threat. We've not been dicks about it. We've just said E3 was a bit shit. And it's like, you get these other people who just like kick off. It's like, well, go watch something else. There is an entire instructional song for this. So the internet is for porn. Take that song. Absorb its message.
But then you have that possibility of becoming that weird guy who watches porn on the bus. And
I've seen one of them. To be fair, he looked like he coded Minecraft. With massive shirt, trilby hat, fuck-looking beard. And he was like, what are you doing?
No.
You have views on things, don't you? He was like that. You know what I mean? It's like, but you know what I mean? When it's not like, oh, you've got views on things, you little tinker, messing his hair up. It's like, you look at him, you go, you've got views on things.
He's that much.
And I know that the views you have on things
he's the actually king of the internet.
It's like, these are not going to be views commonly held by anyone who is comfortable around other human beings or carbon-based life forms. You are the sort of person who could be racist at an amoeba. It's like, look here, coming over here with your single cell. Fuck do you think you are? And it's like, come over here with nothing. Try and take it all from me. No. It's just like, that's how racism towards an amoeba would work.
Yeah,
I imagine.
This is
drifting so off topic. It's too fucking hot to think.
I just needed to get it out of my system.
I know, it's been like...
I've been wrestling with the idea of just fucking off Twitter as well. Because...
Well, how the fuck are we going to not promote ourselves if you're not on Twitter?
I'll have the Super Thundercast one. I'll tweet when the podcast is out. And that's it. But I just get so fucking mad at looking at it.
You tweet a lot of nice, like, artwork stuff, though.
Yeah, I'll do that, but I've got to have the self-restraint to just not look at it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, because what we do at work, I've got my Twitter open, and I just see this timeline of idiots, and I realise that it's the same as everything else. Just unblock them, unfollow them. Like, just get rid of them. Just be like, right, I don't need to see your bullshit. Yeah. It's like, there's people who follow me, and I followed them back, like, thinking it was some kind of courtesy. And then you start seeing what they're tweeting, and it's like, I
did not sign up to see that.
Well, no, it's like, I don't follow nearly enough people to dilute your ranting from anything other than a stream of fucking consciousness. And it's like, there's some people who must dictate into their Twitter. Just like, walking on an iPhone out, Siri, obtain my rage, and just go ape shit. And it's like, I'll break it into manageable chunks and fuck it onto Twitter. And it's just like...
Every tweet starts with, do you know what that cunt did? Or something like that.
Like, and another thing. Another thing. Mate!
Just stop it. What happened? When did it become so fucking grim?
Everybody got their own personal echo chamber, and everyone suddenly decided that their opinion mattered. And it's like, I've
been guilty of it myself.
We've been very clear about the fact that I don't expect anybody to listen to anything that we say and have their viewpoint changed.
No,
because
it's not our job.
It's our viewpoint. It's not yours. Yeah. If you align to it, you align to it. But that's not down to us. That's down to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, so thing is though, you can say that. People go, but that's not you owning your opinion. I am owning my opinion. I'm saying it's mine. Get your own. And it's like...
No, I agree. I agree completely. It's just that I find myself getting so irrationally angry at it. It's like, the thing is, it's like part of you goes, like, I want to reply to them and call them a cunt, and they're like, you are just fueling it.
Yeah.
And it's like whenever something political comes up on my timeline, it's like, I get mad as fuck about it, and it's like, I can respond or I can retweet it, but I don't want to be seen as the type of person who's retweeting that stuff.
Yeah,
because I don't want to talk to people about my political opinions.
Well, you'd be better muting stuff.
Oh, I tried it with Fortnite, but if you say Fortnite to me, it still comes up. So they need to sort that shit out.
But it's that thing where it's kind of the thing that I don't get is it's knowing when something matters and when something doesn't. And a lot of what people seem to get really mad about and sort of offended about is stuff that
It doesn't matter.
it's like some of it, like when we're talking about like things like inclusivity and representation and stuff, I think that's all important. I think those are important conversations to have.
Yeah.
But the important thing there is the word conversation.
Well,
And it's not just fucking screaming at one another over Twitter and sharing your hot take on
well,
it.
the important thing to remember is as well that much of these conversations are very complex. You can't sum it up in 280 characters or 250, however many fucking characters it is. Yeah, but by having some fucking dank meme.
But everybody wants it. Everyone wants the like little pithy off the cuff remark, don't they?
Which they've got fucking queued up because they've just trolled fucking 4chan and just saved every witty, and I'm using the air quotes there, witty image that they've seen, just in case they need to own a lib or whatever the fuck.
It's just like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I love games, and a lot of modern gaming is really good, but I feel increasingly weirdly removed from the culture. You know what I mean? It's like you can imagine, like, it's literally, I imagine it's like that Burniston sketch where it's like the Up the Road guys, where they're just because it's literally just us two in a game shop and seeing the Belong stuff now, and they go, is that a snapback? Is this a fucking game? Up the road. Just means that like going, what the fuck? It's like literally, it's like I went into game the other day and swiped my reward card, and they were like, so I went, I've not seen one of them in a while. You normally use the app, and I was like, fuck off. It was like,
Fucking what?
It was like, I walked in, it was like, what do you mean? He's like, no, we'll just scan a thing on the app, and I'm sat there thinking,
I hope you showed him.
We used to drill this shit into one another. If you don't ask for a reward card, someone's losing a kneecap.
Yeah.
That was how serious it was. It was, you needed to.
Yeah.
It's on your mystery shop.
Yeah.
Now it's, how many apps have you scanned? Get the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't treat it like a phone shop anymore, do they? They treat it like a youth centre that sells games.
Really? Oh, well, I know with the Belong thing. Yeah.
Well, it's like I've not had in any time since game moved and changed the way it worked. In any game I've been to, I've not had someone come up to me and be like, "You alright, dude? How are you there, mate?" and all that sort of stuff. Because I'm sort of sat there going, "Don't." I like to think I give off that
dark aura.
Just right.
Fuck off.
This is gonna sound weird and probably a bit shit.
Alright, but
we can cut it out. I feel like when I walk into some game shops and people come up to me and start trying to make recommendations, and that's not just staff. I mean, that's the fucking random people who've come out with the parents telling them to go make friends. And it's like the guy who used to come into game and tell us about all the games he completed. Yeah, I feel like when I'm in those situations now, I want to cut them off like Ron Swanson in a DIY shop. No, I just look at them and be like, I know more than you, and walk off. Because I think they'd respond to it because they like to think they know more than everyone else, and it's like, it's weird because it's like, I don't know, this has ceased to be about E3 now. E3 has opened a huge can of worms where we're just like,
I just needed to
just give me Octopath Traveler. Let the weather cool down because it's fucking 30 odd degrees in here.
Yeah, I mean this is
a small room. Shut the door. The window's open. We're doing fuck all, and it's just like it's too hot.
Yeah,
it's too hot. It's literally, this episode is going to be called Human Soup because that is what we are sat in. It's just
I think the thing at E3,
the Resident Evil 2 remaster looks fucking great though. Let's be positive about something.
That's my game. That's my game of.
You're day one in that, aren't you?
I am definitely going to be day one in that because Resident Evil 2 is the original Resident Evil 2. I still can play it now and I find it fun. And I think the remake is going to kind of revitalise it. It doesn't look like they've skipped on any of the atmosphere or tried to make it more actiony or whatever. It looks quite faithful.
It looks like they've just like it looks insane as well. Like Capcom seem to have. Sort of, I was reading a thing where someone was saying that Capcom seems to have started nailing it in every aspect of the business other than the fighting game bit now, and they're trying to fix that.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of,
I think
they need to do.
Well, it's really difficult to follow up what is essentially probably the fighting game of the last generation. It's really difficult to follow that up.
Do a Power Stone. Done.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I would like to see a new Power Stone. How about the Yakuza Fist of the North Star?
That looks fucking awesome.
Looks amazing.
I am off work, I think, when that comes out and when Kiwami 2 comes out over here. So it's like, oh god, I've got stuff to play.
Yeah.
It's just like, yes. This is the other thing, right? This is why I'm fucked off about E3. Because not everybody can go. And then they announce all the crazy merch that you can get. And there was a picture I saw on Instagram of someone at E3 walking around in a Dragon Quest t-shirt, holding a slime they'd won, wearing a Goro Majima fucking eye patch. And I was sat there going, that could be me.
Could be
I could be that dickhead.
You could be making that much of a spectacle of
Exactly. But I'd be at E3, I wouldn't give a fuck. Be in a queue. I'd be there, in a queue.
In fact, you would be the least... The least...
I'd be a god to those people. It's like, no, I was like, I would be there in my iPad, in my queue, with my slime, waiting to play something else, just like stood there, going, I look like a complete weeb, and my depth perception's fucked, but I'm having fun. And it's like, but at the same time, Christ, it's on.
Oh yeah.
I think to be fair, if we went to E3, we'd probably end up rocking up drunk and it not going particularly well.
I think I'd probably just go to like the first day. I do what happens whenever something like this happens. It's like when I went to Madrid to play Magic with Fred. We went to the first day, and then didn't bother going to the rest of it. Because, well, one, there was no need because I dropped. And,
yeah, it's like
it was so fucking full of
the
big, sweaty people.
Yeah, but
big,
it's like,
sweaty people.
Yeah, you were in a soup kitchen. That's what we would call these situations now. It's just like, it's that thing where it's just kind of, why in gaming circles has no one cottoned on to air conditioning?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that those big conferences are like air conditioning, but it's just the sheer volume of people.
What if, right? This is a genius idea. This is up there with Cinnamon as a genius idea.
Not a genius idea.
No, in the sense that it appeals directly to a specific class of dickhead, right? You know, like there's gaming motherboards and gaming brand drinks and gaming chairs and everything geared towards fueling your game, cooling your game. We do gamer-specific air conditioning units. They've got fucking racing stripes on them and LEDs for some reason.
Make it like you've got a fucking Cylon in your ceiling.
Exactly. Wanks would buy it.
Yeah, because they need to look like they're in a fucking piece of concept art.
Make a fucking fortune from people buying the Neon Demon, which is an air conditioner that's like an asthmatic blowing through a straw, but fuck me, look at all the lights on it. And it's the fact that the sheer number of lights on it would kick out that much heat that it's just blowing hot air at you anyway. And it's like, you'd still buy it, especially if one of your favourite streamers had one in the back of the video.
I want them to do gaming suits, which are like suits of armour, but made of like that shit plastic. And they make you look like you're some kind of fucking cyberpunk nightmare.
No, see, I was hoping when you were talking about gaming suits, you were going to talk about the pants that Carl Carlson wears. And just gently wick the sweat from your balls.
No. But they will have fans everywhere. You will essentially... You will sound like your PC. Or a PS4. An old PS4.
Playing
not one of the
any
new
modern
pros.
game.
Yeah, playing God of War specifically.
Right. It sounded like it
was
was fucking taking off. It was horrendous. Right, we've been rambling for an hour.
Yeah.
We have no idea what the next podcast is going to be about. It's probably going to be us talking about how good Octopath Traveler is, if we're honest.
We need to have a topic as well.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, we're going to talk about Octopath Traveler.
For a little bit.
But, I think, what if we talked about, and people can send questions in advance if we plan this out now, what if we talked about, because it's a game where you can pick who you want to start as. What if we talked about, like, our favourite openings in games? What makes a strong opening? What makes a shit one?
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
And we do it that way. That's
Yeah.
some premium hashtag content there.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, let's do that then.
I think
We're going to talk about our favourite openings to games.
openings.
You just whisper the word openings.
I didn't whisper it, I just said it.
This is
Openings.
This is. Oh god, that's what the next episode is going to be called. It's just going to be called Alex Says.
Alex says.
Alex Says.
Openings.
And enjoys it a little bit too much.
It's just
it's
really
going to be
fun.
like. It's literally.
To be fair, Chris, this is the first time in a while where we've both been on the same level. Actually making the podcast. Like, I'm not talking about level as in, like, conversation level or anything. I'm talking about, like, physical level.
Yeah. Last time we recorded, I was sat on the floor, Alex was on a chair. Normally, I'm sat on a chair and Alex is perched on the end of a sofa. This time, it's the first podcast recorded in my new office in my new house, and holy shit, it's warm. But my office is nice. There's a lot of rage going on in this office. Which makes sense. Working in it all day. So, yeah. The next one's going to be about openings. And may come with a bonus feature of Alex just saying...
Openings.
As an ASMR thing. Just get right...
Like that.
I'm just going to make you get right up close to the mic after having like quite a lot to drink. And be like... Openings. It's like a fucking goat. I tried listening. Someone at work recommended listening to an ASMR thing, and I've heard about it on like the Two Good Boys stuff. I was like, the thing is, the way they talked about the Two Good Boys, it sounded way more fucking sordid than it actually is.
It really isn't that.
And then I listened to some of it. It was like, it must be like a playlist of it, and I was sat going like, this is shit.
There is sexy
This is
ASMR.
really shit. And then it landed on one that I was like, this ain't a good. What? I was like, what's she doing? It's
You
like,
can do what to my what?
it's like, that ain't going to put me asleep. I was going to put you in prison, madam, because I've said no. Like, anyway.
Yeah. No, ASMR's fun. Not the sexy stuff. I don't really know much about that, but ASMR.
You're going to make
fun.
some.
I could do.
I'm going to make you make sex ASMR.
How long do a Patreon?
All about openings.
One of the first stretch goals is I do, like, sexy ASMR. But I'll get irrationally mad halfway through it. I start shouting.
Just shouting and doing that thing that people used to do, that noise that people used to do, with them pretending there's someone who's wanking with him ragging on the cheek.
Oh, I've got really stretchy skin. I can do that really well. It's really fun. Yeah.
Just you going, openings. I don't know the thing, kicking off and
I'm just a what, bitch?
we should do some ASMR stuff. They're right in the middle of it. He's just screaming the word danger, and it's just like, so it's not going, oh, I'm getting all nice and good.
Start really low and then just describe yourself coming into their house and just invade, like a home invasion, basically.
The ASMR is it's Home Alone ASMR. It's literally just Joe Pesci going,
oh, brilliant.
It's just that. And the other guy just when he's getting electrocuted goes, we need to make that. That's too good.
Oh, that is amazing.
Right. I've got a new computer now. We can make some premium content. I'm gonna make Joe Pesci muttering ASMR.
That's just wrong.
Right, that's good.
Right, yeah.
Right.
See you later,
We shall
everyone.
see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.